Hi, this is Casey from the Lewis Clark Service Corps, and today I'm going to recreate for you a PDT course I did for LCSC earlier this year. The tutorial has some videos in it, so what I'm going to do is have a place where I will list the links where you can view the videos separately. That way I don't have to put them in my presentation. And my presentation was the tools of Web 2.0, Google Docs, Google Apps, and more. Okay, the first step, if you want to take advantage of Google Docs, is to create a Gmail account or a Google account. Steps are pretty simple. Go to google.com, create a Gmail account. When signed in, click More, Even More, then Documents. Sign into Google Docs with your username and password. It works for both Gmail and Google Docs. So here I want you to go ahead and pause this video and play the video called Google Docs in Plain English. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video. To sum up about Google Docs, the applications are similar to Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and it can import and export to these file types, which is nice. Another point about it is it can be edited by multiple people all at once in real time. Analogy I use is it's kind of like using a document as an instant message or playing a really boring video game. It can be shared by invitation, by link, or it can be viewable only by you, and that's by default if you don't choose any of those other settings. And this is something I take advantage of a lot, passing documents around the office. I will share a link and set the permission to just edit the document. That way they don't even have to log into Google Docs. They can just open my link and start editing the document, and I will see that change in my Google Docs account. Now I have another video here. It's a great example of how to use Google Docs. So go ahead and pause this video and click on the link for Google Docs, a love letter. Alright, we're back. I hope you enjoyed that video. I think that's a pretty fun example. Now I'm going to cover using Google Docs as a word processor, as you saw in the video. You can edit images and text the same way as you would within Word, but it has a pared down interface. It's a lot easier to use. You don't have to search through drop down menus and things. It's all pretty much there, and there are a few fewer features available, but it makes the overall experience better. An example use. I have used this type of document with a service learning colleague at BSU to edit a presentation for a conference call together. This worked really well. We just opened up the document. We were each in Google Docs and we were on the phone and just talking about the script or what we were going to say in general, and it was just a great way to do things, and as he typed I could see what was going on and vice versa. And it resulted in a great script that we could both agree on. So you can upload and export Word and other docs with few formatting differences between them. Now this can be a little tricky sometimes with flyers and if they have borders especially, but most things transfer over pretty well. And it's also easy to make changes if you want to turn it into a Google Doc. Alright, here, when I did this course in person, I had people all log into this Google document you see here highlighted in yellow, and it brings you to this document. Here, let me drag it into view. And I was just showing everyone how it works. Basically, you can see I can make changes like in any Word document. It's highly simplified. I like this function, insert. If you go to something like image, you can insert a URL or find something on your computer if you choose. It's just great. and I had everyone insert their own image that they found off the web just to get a feeling for it. And we were all battling each other, making changes to the document. So I encourage you to go ahead and open up a blank document whenever you can and just get a feeling for it, or get a friend and both get on a document and try it out. In this portion we can talk about spreadsheets. Spreadsheets on Google Docs are great too. It's like the other things, it's a pared down interface. It's completely shareable, and they go hand in hand with forms. At this point I want you to go ahead and pause this video and watch the video I have in the link called Google Docs Spreadsheet. Alright, hopefully that was helpful. As you can see, you can upload Excel spreadsheets to Google Docs and export back to Excel. You can share the link, as with the other documents, with colleagues to collaborate on any spreadsheet. I know my coworkers are always poring themselves over spreadsheets and jumping back and forth computer to computer to see how their spreadsheets compare, and this can be solved through Google Docs. This can be done over the phone or via chat. So if you have another office in another part of the state or something like that, you can work on the same spreadsheet together over the phone. There's also a little chat in Google Docs. I think it's called the Discuss tab, and you're provided a little chat room in there based on who's logged in through Google Docs while you're looking at the same document. All you have to do is both log into the same document at the same time, and that's pre-configured in your sharing settings for that document. And hand in hand with spreadsheets are forms. I especially like these. If you want, you can pause and watch the 2-minute video called Using Forms in Google Docs. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. Some points to think about. You can collect info from anyone willing to fill out a form. It's really easy to go into Google Docs and create a simple form and pass it out as a link through email to post on websites. You can also go in and embed a form into a web page pretty easily. They give you the embed code. You can make questions for people to answer, and answers are automatically entered into a spreadsheet. So that means as long as everyone out there on the web is accessing your form and submitting things, it will update in real time in a Google Doc in your home of Google Docs. From there you can see the big picture, create graphs, and share the results, whatever you're gathering data on. There's nice little options to really visualize the data you get, so you can have piles of money or anything you want to imagine amounts and numbers. I have used forms to create a simple database to find out what my service learning colleagues are using for their volunteer management software. There were a lot of emails going back and forth asking who uses what and what program, so I thought it would be good to just ask them once and start compiling this spreadsheet detailing how everyone's using it, what they're using, how much they paid, etc. And I thought that was a good example. Alright, Google Docs presentations. That's what I'm on right now and showing you. It's like a pared down version of PowerPoint, and it has all the shareability featured in the other Google Docs. It's actually my favorite. I think because it's so pared down and because it easily allows you to import images and videos, it's just ideal for presentations. You do have to watch out for formatting issues, like I bet when I edited this link didn't lap over this image, but you can test that ahead of time. And just the convenience of being able to log into Google Docs wherever you are and start giving a presentation is a real plus. Recently I was at the Web Development Club and their presenter didn't show, and I had recently given a presentation relating to web development on through Google Docs. So I went, what the heck? I'll volunteer and be the presenter, and I just went into Google Docs, opened it, and started presenting. So it's just really great convenience. Alright, here I'm sharing with you a few more tools that I use. This was a little while ago, so there's some things I was excited about then, but all these are still pretty cool. Screencast-O-Matic is kind of like what I'm doing now. You can create a screencast, but instead of using something like Camtasia like I'm using, you just go to a website, click record, and it will let you record a 5-minute, I think up to 5 minutes, something like that, video showing what you're doing on screen, and it can hook up to your camera microphone, and you can make screencasts for free, no setup. You don't even have to log in. It's pretty great. I remember I wanted to encourage people to use Google Maps more creatively. You can feature a map of your location if you're a business or nonprofit on your website. They make it really easy. Or you can customize any map, mapping things that you want to talk about. So if you're representing a trail or you give tours, you could highlight areas in the city you'd like to go, or if you just want to show where your organization is in relation to other things, you can make pretty neat maps with Google Maps. Once you have a Google account, that will be open to you as well using the same username, just as Google Docs and Google Gmail is. Same thing with Google Sites. I really like Google Sites. It's a lot like these other programs where you can share and collaborate, but it's creating websites instead of documents. And you can make some pretty snazzy looking websites from it. And it's really intuitive. It's the opposite of the traditional web editor. It's very visual, and you can pull things offline. Just put in a link and it'll show a video, and you can customize borders and things, and I can't recommend it enough. Text-to-speech. This is something I don't see come up that often, but I do a lot of reading during the day, and text-to-speech is a great tool when my eyes are tired and I just want to sit and listen to whatever it is I'm studying. And this website lets you do that, a few paragraphs at a time, and it's a really great voice, a really great text-to-speech voice. I have a few more here, more links to help you on your digital path. Free file conversion. So this website allows you to upload almost any kind of file, and it emails you back that file in a different format. So if you want to turn a JPEG into like a JPEG photo into a PDF document, or if you want to turn a MP4 video into an MP3 audio track, you can do that. And it just takes a little while, 15 minutes or so, and it'll email you that file that you want in the right format. Find media you can use legally in your promotional materials and websites. That's creativecommons.org. They offer licenses for people to create for their artistic materials, so that people can feel free to use them and they know they're not infringing on their rights. It's a great place to find it, and a good place to submit work you've done. Record and post podcasts for your program directly from your browser. Podomatic.com is a great place if you want to create a simple podcast of audio. I know the library here has created podcasts to advertise their interlibrary loan services. That's a good example. But you can create any simple podcast, and they'll do all the hosting for you, and it's just, I think it becomes a link or something like that. Well, that's all. Thank you for touring the world of Web 2.0 with me. Please contact me with any questions you may have. I'm C.T. Armstrong at lcsc.edu, and I hope you enjoyed this screencast. Alright, thanks, and good luck with Google Docs.